What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel, Maggie Hayes Yoga. Today we are going to get into a flow that you can do after work or just after sitting all day. You know, I come from corporate America myself, so I can totally relate to the struggle, the aches, the pains that we get from just being still all day long. So with this flow, we're going to really get into it. We're going to get into everything. The chest, the shoulders, the sides of the body, the hips, the hamstrings, all super important to lengthen out to make space. So let's get going. All right, just starting to settle into this flow, we're going to start with a butterfly pose and just kind of cultivate some deep breathing to really ground us and bring us present before we get going. And so for this butterfly pose, you're going to bring the soles of your feet together, but kind of walk your heels out a little bit. You want your legs to make like a diamond shape, so not really tight in, but keep it relaxed and a little bit out. Go ahead and grab a hold of the ankles, take an inhale, and then just relax down forward on your exhale. So you can round the spine, you can relax the head, you can relax the neck. And just start to find your breath here. So noticing where is the breath? How does it feel as it moves through the body? So starting to just settle into this moment and using the breath as kind of our anchor to finding that presence, that awareness. Take 2 more deep breaths, maybe sending the breath down to any point of tension, anything tight you might be feeling. One more deep breath. All right, and then start to piggy it back up. And we'll take a Janu Shirshasana. So you're gonna extend your right leg out straight. Sole of the left foot is gonna come to the right inner thigh. Square your shoulders over that front leg, so the leg should be like in the center of the body. And then take an inhale, reach your arms up, get long, and then fold, exhale. So start to flex through that right foot. You wanna flex the toes back towards your face and reach out with your heel. Right kneecap pulls up to engage the thigh. Right hip is going to pull back. And then tip your tailbone back. You want to keep a straight spine so that your back doesn't like steal the stretch from your hamstrings. Start to bring it up. And we'll take a gate pose. So you're just going to bring that right leg out to the side. Right arm comes to the inside of the leg, and then the left fingertips reach up and over. So opening up the side of the body. Root down through the left hip, the left sits bone, as you reach forward towards the big toes with those left fingertips. Open up the left chest towards the ceiling and look up. So keeping the chest open and the hips rooted down. Navel pulls into the spine. Belly pulls in as you bring it back up. And we'll take it on the other side. Right foot comes in, left leg comes out. Flex through that foot, deep inhale to lengthen. And then fold, exhale. Think about reaching forward with the chin in the chest. Left hip pulls back. And sole of the right foot is going to push into that inner thigh. Navel pulls to spine, shoulders down the back. And let's take our gate pose. So rising up, left leg comes out to the side, left forearm down, right fingertips up and over. Reaching for that right big toe or left big toe. Looking up towards the ceiling, opening up the chest. Opening up the side of the body is such an amazing way to get into like the whole body By opening up the side of the body, you can really get into the chest, into the shoulders, into the hips, the back. Bring it back up. And then find a tabletop position, coming onto all fours. Starting to move the spine around with a little cat-cow. So palms are right under the shoulders, knees under the hips, tops of the feet down. Take an inhale to arch the spine, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, round the spine, pull the belly in, push the floor away. Inhale, arch the spine, shoulders down, collarbones wide. Exhale, round the spine, wrap the shoulders, tuck the chin to your chest. Keep it going, take a few more rounds. Following your breath and taking any extra movement here, any kind of organic movement that you need. Sometimes I like rocking back and forth a little bit. Maybe taking circles with the hips. But take 2 more breaths wherever you are. Making space in the spine, in the back. All right, find neutral. And we'll take a supported side plank. So your right toes turn out to the side. Left foot plants behind you. You want to line your toes up with this knee, and then left fingertips reach up and over. So push down through the outer edge of that left foot. Reach forward with the fingertips and push your hips up to the ceiling. Navel to spine, right shoulder down the back. Come back to neutral and take it other side. Left toes out, right foot behind you, right fingertips up and over. Breathe along the right side of the body. Pull the navel in. And then bring it back. And let's start to work into that upper spine with a puppy pose. So hips stay stacked over the knees, tops of the foot stay down, palms extend forward to the top of the mat, lower your chest all the way down to the ground, and either the forehead can touch down, or if you have a little bit more space, my hair's in the way, your chin can come down to the ground. Probably should have put my hair up before this, but what can you do? So keeping the hips stacked over the knees, navel's going to pull in towards the spine, so pull that low belly in. Shoulder blades roll away from each other. Fingertips reach forward. You should feel a nice stretch in the tops of your shoulders. And think about breathing into your upper back. And then make your way back up, all fours. And we'll thread the needle, take a little twist. So deep inhale brings your right arm up, look up. And then exhale to thread the arm underneath the left. Right ear is going to come down to the mat. And you got some options with this left hand here. I like to just keep it grounded down beside me, elbows stacked over the wrist. So you can kind of push into that palm to bring your left shoulder up. But you can also extend the arm forward. You can bind around the back, try to reach for your inner thigh, whatever's most comfortable for you. Next inhale, rise back up, re-extend that right arm up. Exhale, tabletop, bring it down. Left arm up, deep inhale, thread the needle, exhale, left ear comes down. Find your arm variation. Keep pushing down through the tops of your feet. And keep the feet and hips width distance apart. They might want to come together, but you want to keep them that hips width distance. And then push down through the tops of your feet so you can stabilize your hips. Maybe pull your right hip back. You want to keep those hips square so you're isolating your twist in the top of your spine. Take an inhale, so pick yourself back up, left arm up, look up. And then tabletop, bring it back. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. And you can pedal it out here. Find a long, steady breath. Open up the whole backside of the body so you can take Rolls with the spine. If you want to stretch the hips, just take a second to really notice your body. Notice how you're feeling. Where are you feeling any tension? Where can you make some space? All right, then walk your left foot over to the center. Take an inhale to pick your right leg up, 3-point dog, and then bend the knee and stack open your hip. Trying to stack that right hip on top of the left. Reach the knee up towards the ceiling and squeeze the heel down towards your glute. Take an inhale, 3-point, square off the hips. And then exhale, bring that right foot down to the center. Deep inhale brings the left leg up. And then bend the knee, stack open your hip. So you're opening up the front side of the hips there. Root down through your right heel. Pull your right kneecap up so that right leg is grounded, it's active. And push into your left palm. Next, inhale, square it off. Down dog, bring it down. Inhale, step your right foot forward between the hands and hold it here. Find a low lunge. So this right knee is going to come over the ankle. Hands come down to frame the front foot, and then take a twist. Reach your right arm up. So pull your left shoulder down the back. Reach up with the right shoulder. Inner thighs hug together. Back knee picks up. So fire up that back leg. And then come down to that low lunge, right hand down. Back knee comes down, lift your chest up, bring your hands to your hips. So we're taking kind of a variation here on a low crescent lunge. You want to place your palms kind of on your sacrum here, that hard part where your low back meets your butt. Then your fingertips are just going to come around to your hips. And then squeeze your elbows together so you can open up your chest. Start to look up towards the ceiling. And hug your inner thighs together as you push your hips down and forward. So you're stretching the hips, but still maintaining that level of control by using the strength in your legs. Puff your chest up to the ceiling. Keep the navel pulled in tight. And then bring it back center, lift the chest. Palms come to prayer at the center of the chest. Inhale to lengthen, crown of the head forward, lean forward. So you're lengthening the spine here, and then you're twisting over to the right. Elbow to the outside of the knee, and try to work your thumbs to the center of your chest. Look up over that right shoulder. Keep hugging inner thighs together, and push down into the inner edge of that front foot. Push down through the ball of your foot. That's going to be your stabilizer. Option here to tuck your back toes and lift your back knee up so you can lengthen the front side of that left leg. Keep hugging inner thighs together and reach the crown of the head forward. You want to keep the upper body nice and long. Take one more big breath here. And then hands come down, low lunge, exhale, and find a half split. So left knee down if you picked it up. Straighten out that front leg, flex the toes back towards your face. And tip your tailbone back. It's easy here to round the spine, especially because people are really tight in the hamstrings here. So if you're feeling like you can't keep a straight spine, this is a great place for blocks. You can just kind of prop them up beside you and put your hands on them as you reach your chest forward. So chest forward, tailbone back. Right toes flex back, and right kneecap pulls up, so engage that thigh. Rebend the front knee, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, and just step it back, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. Other leg, next inhale, left foot comes between the hands. Hands plant on either side of the foot, and then take your twist. Left arm reaches up. So this is kind of an easy twist, just continuing to warm up the spine and setting the stage for that deeper twist in the low lunge. Hugging inner thighs together, keeping the hips square. Take one more inhale to reach with the left shoulder up, And then hands come down, exhale. Back knee down, untuck the back toes, hands find the hips, chest lifts up. So push down with the top of your back foot. Really find that connection there. That's gonna help you open up that right hip flexor even more. Feels real nice. And then with the front foot, push down with the ball of your foot, the pinky toe ball, and the center of your heel. Hugging inner thighs together as you move the hips down and forward. Squeezing elbows together as you puff your chest up. Next inhale, start to lift yourself up. Palms come to prayer, center of the chest. Take an inhale to lengthen. And an exhale to twist. So working the thumbs towards the center of the chest here. Look up over that left shoulder. Elbow pushes into the knee, knee pushes into the elbow. If you tucked your back toes on the other side and lifted that leg up, go ahead and do that. Keep pushing your palms together and make sure your elbows are stacked in one line. So you don't want them like down here, like floppy limp. You want to keep them active, pushing those palms together in that straight line. Think about moving crown of head forward and right ribs away from right hip. Take one more big breath in. And then bring it down, exhale. And find your half split, straightening out that front leg, tipping the tailbone back and folding over the left leg. So when we sit all day, it's super important to lengthen out the hamstrings at some point to just balance all of that stillness, kind of all of that stagnation, because over time, the hamstrings can actually shorten, and that can lead to a lot of other kinds of aches and pains, like in the hips. And we don't want that. We want to stay open, flowing, moving, comfortable. All right, rebend the front knee, plant your palms, step it back, downward facing dog. Inhale to come forward to plank pose, and then exhale to lower all the way down onto your bellies. And we'll take a cobra pose. So feet come together, tops of the feet push down. Plant your palms under your shoulders, line the tops of the fingers up with the tops of your shoulders. And elbows point straight up, so you got like little grasshopper wings here. Push down through the tops of your feet, push your pelvis down, and then on an inhale, reach your chin, your chest forward, 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 so you're lengthening the spine. Palms and elbows start to pull back, so pulling the ground, your mat back, so you should start to feel it in your triceps. And you're doing that pulling motion, pulling back, so you can coil your chest further forward. So you're not pushing into your palms and straightening out the arms, because that's gonna just crunch your low back. Like, this feels super uncomfortable right now. So back bending, you want to find length. So you're reaching the chin, the chest forward, pulling the shoulders down, pulling the belly in, pushing the pelvis down, pushing tops of feet down. And then release, let it go. And push yourself up to your knees for camel pose. So for this, we got a few options. But first and foremost, you want your knees to be right under your hips. So find kind of two fists between your knees. That's going to be your hips width distance. And then options here, if you have those blocks, you can bring blocks to either sides of your feet, or you can tuck your toes, bring your ankles up higher to you, or you can just keep tops of the feet down. Okay, but wherever you're at, bring your palms to your low back, to that sacrum area. Thumbs are gonna face out. Belly pulls in tight. Keep your hips stacked over your knees the whole time. And then take a deep inhale to lift the crown of the head up, lift your chest up. So you're kind of leading with the center of your chest here, and then look up towards the ceiling. Once you got that, Think about leading with the crown of your head, lengthening the spine, trying to see the back of the room. And you can stay right here, or if you can see the back wall, you can lower one hand down, two hands down to reach for your heels. And bring your fingertips to the insides of your heels so you can push into the feet to lift your chest up. Engage your legs. You want to use your glutes, your hamstrings. So think about moving sits bones to the inner knees, navel in tight, chest up. And breathe wherever you are for 5. Chest up for 4. Belly in for 3, 2, 1. Slowly, slowly belly in as you come up. Use the core. Sit your hips down on your heels, palms down on your knees, just gaze forward. Keep the eyes open, be still, take a few breaths. So just letting that energy settle. And then just make your way to a seated position. Legs out long in front of you. We're gonna take a seated twist. So left leg is straight out, right foot plants over that left knee. And you can either stay here, or the full expression is bending the bottom knee, heel comes to the outside of the hip. But if when you do this, your right hip dips up, re-extend that front leg. You wanna keep your hips down. And then inhale, left arm up, get long, twist, exhale, elbow to the outside of your knee, look up over the right shoulder. Navel pulls in, lengthen through that right collarbone, and lift crown of the head up. Switch out your sides, right foot out, left foot over. Find your variation, and then inhale to lengthen, right arm up, and twist, exhale. Ooh, my shoulder just popped. Sorry if you heard that. I'm a mess, I'm sorry. Crown of the head lifts up. Keep the upper body nice and long. And then bring it back center. And we will close with a happy baby. So come onto your backs. Knees come up towards the armpits. And you can hang out right here. You can just grab the inner knees if this feels like a lot, if this is good. Or soles of the feet are gonna face straight up. Grab the outer edges of your feet. Think about moving knees down towards the floor and pushing low back down. So find some stillness here. Maybe close the eyes. And really feel your spine flap beneath you, every vertebrae. Breathing into those spaces where you feel any tension. And then from here, release the legs. Let them come out long. Arms by the sides, palms face up, settling into your final rest. Shavasana. And I encourage you to stay there for as long as you'd like. Shavasana is your most restorative, most replenishing, most important pose. Just finding that stillness. I hope you enjoyed today's practice. The divine in me sees and honors the divine in each of you. Namaste.